My name is Cameron Lee, and I'm 10 years old. My dad and my grandfather were driving and work in a dump truck, and they went over a railroad and a train hit them. I was sad and upset and mad. It's important because they help you with your grief, and they can't make the sad go away, but they can make the sad be a little happier.
I think my heart, when I was little, like knowing that my dad wasn't gonna be there, it was hard. My heart was broken, definitely, and I can't sit here and say that my heart's fixed. I would recommend Lost and Found because it's not just a place where you go and you talk about your feelings. You become close to people who have also lost a parent or a grandparent, and you become friends with kids who know exactly what you're feeling and how you're feeling it. Even if people say, oh, we all grieve differently, we all come back to one certain point, which is that we are one parent short.
"20 years ago, we started Lost and Found to address the needs of grieving children, teens, and their parents. Over the years, as we developed a reputation for having an expertise in grief, we continued to get requests for different kinds of groups and services. So each thing we added has been in response to requests and particular needs. In 2008, we added 2 adult groups, one for young adults college age, and a second one for older adults grieving the death of a spouse of many years. In 2015, when we moved into our new, larger building, we added 2 groups for parents grieving the death of a young adult child. In 2017, we added individual counseling for a fee for those people who simply didn't want to come to a support group or who had grief needs for which we did not have a particular support group. Over the years, we've added additional numbers of people in our groups and additional groups. We've also added educational workshops, crisis responses to businesses, and we've published 2 books. So I think it's safe to say at this point that we are a comprehensive grief center. We serve individuals from the age of 4 all the way through to people into their 90s in a total of 23 support groups.
My name is Gary Wingo, and at one time I was a member of a support group here at Lost and Found. Thankfully, it was available for me when I felt like I was really in desperate straits. The darkest day in my life was a day that really started out very innocently. I was to take my wife to see her doctor. It was apparent that she had stage 4 cancer. There was no question about it. It had metastasized in 4 different locations. 5.5 months later, she succumbed to the cancer. And it was the most brutal 5.5 months I think I've ever witnessed. There was a time, when I was at a very low ebb, I could not see any purpose for my life. Why am I still here? The love of my life is not here anymore, and that's what I got up in the morning for, and that's what I dreamed about it when I went to bed at night. I was going to her gravesite 6, 7, 8 times a week, sometimes even twice a day, just sitting there, crying most of the time. I burdened my kids with a lot of my emotional feelings. But I knew, too, I had sense enough, I guess, to know at the time that, hey, I can't just unload everything on them because they've lost their mother. They're grieving also. I'm sitting there in the 4 walls, and Janet's not there. And then, for the first time in my life, I was alone. I was alone and not a young guy, you know, and I had to find my way, some way, but I had to have help to do that. And that's clearly where Lost and Found came in. That's where the support groups came in. She's left us physically, but she's a part of my life forever. But I'm here today, and I'm stable, and I'm moving forward with much appreciation and many thanks to Lost and Found. When you need help after the loss of a loved one, there is no better place to be in those early stages of your pain and anguish. No better place.
To the future little girl that walks through the door. Yes, they're not there anymore. Yes, it hurts. But if you're walking through the right door at the right time, then you're going to be okay. Because there's going to be people sitting right next to you who feel what you feel. And when you grow older, you might not even remember those people sitting next to you, but you're going to remember the feeling you felt when your teacher held your hand and told you that it was okay to cry, or that it was okay to be angry at times, and how to help with those things. And when you grow older, you're going to smile when you think about your dad or your mom or whoever you lost. You're going to smile and think when you think about them, and you're not going to cry, because ultimately you know that you're okay, and that they're okay, and that your family survived this, and you survived this, and you're strong.
Jolie's, I'm 7, and my dad died in a car crash. I got in an ATV accident. We get to let our feelings out, and we get to talk about them, and I think people really need this place. Kids need this place.